I have to say that I grew up in Natick. I think a lot of you know that. I like to say I'm living proof there was a Natick before Doug Flutie. And I was lucky enough to go through the Natick school system. Natick High School graduate class of 67. 61, I'll save you the trouble. But I've seen a lot of changes in this area, you know, and I still believe that Metro West is one of the most special places to live in the country, not just the state. And that's because of the people. And that's because of the changing population as well. And it's the diversity. And as I walked through the classrooms and met some of the people and some of the students tonight, I was too overwhelmed by how lucky we are, how much we have, and all the things that we take for granted. And the fact that we can share some of those gifts with people who are not as lucky, I think is just incredibly important. And so that's why this gala is just a remarkable vehicle for trying to get not only people to become aware of ESL Plus, but to be involved, you know, and to come together as a community. When I heard about it, I did volunteer to host it. God knows I love a party, and it's going to be a great one for a number of reasons. Two huge reasons, and it is my honor to make that announcement. I'm going to do so by first just flipping over these two placards. And when you see, I haven't seen what's on the other side of the placards either. Oh, it's me. It's not. You're going to know instantly. Remember this story last August? Remember the story about the 33 Chilean miners who were caught victims of an explosion, trapped underground? Look at that man's face. They're coming. They're coming to the gala. We are proud to have as our special guest, and I want to make sure I say their names correctly, Omar Orlando Reygada Rojas. Is that close? That's good. And no John Smith's here. And Florencio Alvarez Silva. They were two of the miners, and they will be joining us for the gala, which is truly remarkable. And let me flip this one over. You will probably remember seeing this. This was the note that they had sent up. The first communication that was made with the miners. And essentially it said, we're okay, we're fine. Estamos bien en el something los 33. I should be and am a little embarrassed that I can't read that. Yet all of those people are sitting in those classrooms learning my language. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. And the fact that this program is available thanks to the philanthropy, frankly, of the people in this community is what's really important. So look at that. Look at those faces. Look at those faces, and remember everything that you just saw in this video. And go out and sell a lot of tickets. Get your friends and neighbors to come, because it's all about raising money. There's also somebody that I haven't had a chance to officially shake his hand yet, but I wanted to recognize him, because he is very responsible for a lot of what's happening. Angel Valdivia. Angel, I think you're sitting right down there. Angel is remarkable for a number of different reasons, not just because he is the president of Angel's Painting and Decorating Company, but because, and correct me if I'm wrong, sir, you are a graduate of this program.
Yes, it is.
When did you graduate? How long ago?
I started in 1996, and I finished in 4 years later.
Wow. Started in 1996, and you finished in 4 years. Let me just tell you something. I took French 1 4 times. Still can't.
Yes.
So Angel was responsible for this idea. When the committee was talking about how can we make this special, Angel said, let's get the miners. Let's get a couple of the miners. Right, Christine? And everybody went, how are we going to do that? And he did it. So Angel is responsible for all of this. They are staying at his home. He is hosting them. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Angel. This is really all because of you. So we're going to call it maybe the Angel Gala. Huh? Good idea? I think it is. The other thing that's remarkable that I just have to take a minute to say out loud is, because these are things that I'm learning now too. The students don't pay anything. You all understand that, right? They don't pay anything, and that's why it was so interesting to hear so many saying, I want to give back. I want to give back. So it's up to us to really raise the money. The state and federal governments are not writing the big checks. You all know that, right? As a matter of fact, Christine and I were talking, and consistently every year the funding is cut for programs like ESL Plus. And the other thing that's also remarkable, and I have to say this, Christine was one of the, you were the first, 1984 in the first classroom, and Christine is still running it today. I mean, what kind of dedication is that? And you know, that's just remarkable. So I mean, I'm really just, I'm extremely proud to be a part of this. And I just have to also tell you right now so that there's no question about anything when this is over. I'm taking all the credit. Just so we all understand that. No, please, here's my pledge. I'm going to do everything that I can to try to get as much publicity as possible. It's so good to see Richard from the Metrowest Daily News here, sitting down over here in the front. It's going to be in the paper tomorrow because this is our newspaper, and they report on things important to us, and I had to give you that little plug because it is a big deal. And it's really important for each and every one of us to go to our friends and say, this is going to be a great party for an amazing cause. And so we really have to spread the word, because if we don't, who will? And if we don't, this won't happen. Right? With me on that? Good. Any questions? Thanks so much for your attention.
Thank you, Susan. So let me fill in a couple of blanks here. The theme of our gala is from darkness to light. And this sign, by the way, I'm going to test my own Spanish from my freshman year in college that I almost failed. We are well in the shelter, the 33?
You got it.
I read that somewhere beforehand. But it's interesting, lots of parallels between what we're doing here and what went on there. They were in the dark, they really were, they were in the dark for a long time before the drilling got down to them. They got some lights into them, and ultimately they were coming from the darkness into the light. People who do not speak English have come to this country, and the illusion that they give is that it's like being in the dark. And when they learn language, they come to the light. And light is always a metaphor for knowledge and understanding of things. I saw a movie recently, and I won't go into details of it, but the person was asking a young person, the young person said something, and the older person said to him, well, do you think that or do you know that? And he said, I think that. He says, you don't know it? And he thought, well, this is, I know it. He says, you know it? He says, yeah. He says, that's good. Said, it's good to know. It is good to know. It's good to know English. It's good to know things. We're talking about being a parallel where the community in Chile, actually the world community, came to the aid of these miners to bring them above ground, to bring them to light. We're talking here about the community that our neighbors who do not speak English live in, and that community coming to their aid. As I said earlier, it benefits us all when people learn to speak English. We can see from the movie, certainly they agree to it. So this is going to be our theme. I'm going to go back to the point that I said earlier. We need to do more. We need to help make this successful. We need to help make the project successful. I was just saying to Ms. Hugo that I'd like to see the day when nobody has to wait in line anymore, where we have enough money that everybody comes in, everybody can get their classes, everybody can learn the English language, and if we're that successful, don't worry about Metrowest ESL Fund. We'll find something else that we can do well. So help us out, please. Talk to your friends, talk to your colleagues, get them on our team, be ambassadors for us. I hope you had a wonderful evening. I had a wonderful evening. We'll see you on the 19th with all of your friends. Have a good night.